So for today, we're going to be looking at the Steeplechase armor set. If you guys don't know, this is the armor set from the season pass of Season of the Hunt, which is a while ago. I would definitely recommend this armor set because they do have really good pieces. The only class I would say you could definitely skip would be the Warlocks. You guys will see why when we get there, but the one thing you would, I guess I'll tell you when we're looking at the armor. But if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe really does help because a huge portion of people are actually not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor, like, comment, sub, hit that bell notification because that also does help. Other than that, let's get into it. So to start off, here is the hunter set. So the thing that you have to realize is that each of these armor sets are completely different in the sense of the theme around them. So for me personally, I've always thought that the Steeplechase hunter set was more fallen themed, just because that's kind of like the vibe I got from it. Titans are going to be Cabal themed, and then Warlocks are going to be Hive themed. Obviously I can be wrong. If I am wrong, let me know in the comments below, but that's the vibe I've always gotten from it, specifically for the hunters, just because the hunters has a lot of pieces that are very fallen themed. A lot of the armor is not symmetrical, which is very much a thing that Fallen do. There's a lot of spikes in there, which again, Fallen do that as well. The helmet is probably the one thing that I was like, man, that looks very Fallen themed. And even the cloak has like a symbol behind there. Definitely, I would say this is Fallen theme for sure. Personally, that's just the vibe I get from it. I could definitely be wrong, but I don't think I am. As for the actual pieces, hunters, be honest with you, the only reason I would tell you to pick this up is because the chest piece and the cloak are absolutely beautiful. The only problem with the chest piece is that it takes off colors, which we can just show you the shaders right now. Do be aware that I don't show you 4 shaders. I only show you 2 because I want to cut back on the shaders, because I literally have a shader video that I post, and because it cuts down the amount of time I have to do the recordings for that. So it's honestly just a time thing, because I still want to have this style of showcasing like the armor. I just don't want to spend too much time on it. So that's why I took 2 shaders out, because again, I want to just showcase the armor and like 1 or 2 shaders. I actually wanted to just do 1 shader, but I do want to have 2 so that way you guys can see the differences. So if you're wondering why aren't there more shaders, I have a shader video that I literally do after this video. So just check that one out, because I go through all of my favorite shaders. So for the first one, Ancient Wisdom was what we're looking at. And you guys can see off the bat, the chest piece takes the off color, which is kind of unfortunate because literally almost everything else does not, which is kind of a big bummer in my opinion, just because the chest piece is so good. This is the chest piece that I actually used for my Fallen themed hunter set, and it breaks my heart because it's so good, but you can definitely work around it. I just don't like working around it because I feel like we should be able to choose which is off and which is main color. Next shader is going to be the Abyssinian Gold, just because this is a good shader show to really showcase different colors, and for cloth armor as well. So that's why this one is staying as well. Overall, the shadering is fine, I guess. This one does showcase a little bit more of the off coloring, a little bit easier for me. So the chest piece and the kneecaps, specifically like the under armor, not the actual like winged pieces, are taking the off color, which is kind of unfortunate. The other thing I should mention, there are some pieces here that are unshaderable, specifically the left shoulder pad. There's like a bronze lining that doesn't change color. The bullet, or not bullet, but the ammo belt on the chest piece doesn't change color. The belt, or not belt, the knife handle doesn't change. Like things that you would think like, that's fine. The arm is the only thing that I'm like, yeah, that's a big problem. Other than that, I mean, aside from the cloak having the actual stitches be white, other than that, is pretty good in my opinion. As for the next set, Titans, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is pretty dope. My only gripe is I wish the left arm wasn't as bulky. So the main reason I think this is straight up Cabal themed is because the arms are kind of like the biggest giveaway in my opinion, because the arms have those blades that are very much known to be Cabal. I mean, hell, one of the exotics for or the ornaments for Doomfang Pauldrons has that exact blade. So that, and you have the Colossus, I think is the one in the face. I think that's a Colossus. I might be wrong about that, but yeah. And also the back of the chest piece has that like the spike thing in the back. That's definitely Scion inspired, which is why it's really good for combining it with a Scion helmet. Unfortunately, that Scion helmet is from a season pass, so that's kind of unfortunate. But overall, I actually do like this one a lot. I think the helmet is super dope. I think the arms are pretty decent. The only thing I don't like is the fact that the right shoulder guard or shoulder pad is massive. It's way too big. I wish that they had put like the face a little bit more in, so that way it's not like it just looks off. Chest piece is pretty cool. Boots are really cool. I think the bond is also, or bond, the mark is also really cool in my opinion. So definitely really cool. For shadering, I don't remember this one having that many problems aside from the arms. The arms have the shoulder pad takes the off color, specifically the one that's underneath the mask. And that is pretty much it. I don't see anything else that's really bothering me for the shadering. Oh, I think the left boot also takes the off color. This is why I put Abyssinian in gold, because off color is black and it's easy to see like the main color difference. So yeah, the biggest thing would be the left leg, not leg, but like the shin area is going to be black and the right side's going to be that brown. So not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, I can definitely work around it. That being said, yeah, Titans, let me know what you guys think. I definitely think this is like a fire. I definitely think this is really good. It's just, you really have to work around a lot of pieces, specifically like the arms, very annoying. But the helmet, chest piece, boots, even the mark, I think everything but the arms are really cool, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then last but not least, Warlocks. You guys got a really terrible set. Be honest with you guys. So the problem with this one is if you see any bone, it's not going to change color. And you might be wondering, Tony, there's bone in everything. That's why I think this set is trash, because there's bone in every set and it does not change color. You guys will see that for the example sets for the Warlocks, I use like one shader for like 3 sets because that shader is the best for this bone color. So definitely annoying. Do I think these sets look cool, or this set looks cool? I definitely think it looks cool. If the bone changed color, or if we had more color, or if we had the option to take that color like out or in, and what I mean by in or out is if I had the option to actually have the bone change color or just leave it, that would be way better in my opinion. To be honest, I would love an overhaul for shadering, but this game has so many fucking problems right now that an overhaul to just transmog is the least of my worries. I'm fighting, like, this game is fighting for its life right now, and I'm over here like in Warframe, Tekken 8, like having the time of my life. Well, maybe not Tekken 8 because purple ranks are pissing me off, but it's, yeah, let's just talk about the actual armor. So yeah, helmet I think is going to be the best piece for a lot of people. Not even like throwing shade, because the helmet is really cool. The arms are definitely the worst piece in my opinion, just because it looks like they just put like jaws in the back and then boring as arm guards, which is like cool, I guess. You definitely could have given me like bone fingers and then like interlace the arm guard with like some bone or something. Instead they just put thrall jaws on the back. Speaking of thrall, there's a thrall jaw, or thrall a thrall head on the actual chest piece, which I think is really cool. Unshaderable, unfortunately, but speaking of shading, I'll just show you while I'm talking about the armor. Yeah, you guys will see from just how it shaders, it's fucking terrible, bro. Whoever decided that the bone should not change color, definitely an L, because this armor goes from like, I would say an 8 out of 10 to like a 2 out of 10, just because the shadering is really that bad. I wouldn't have an issue with it if they give us shaders that kind of coincide with that bone color. I mean, to be fair, people are going to tell me, oh, well, Dreaming Spectrum is a good example. It's not, because it's not the same bone color. Dreaming Spectrum is a much lighter bone color than this one. This one's much more of a, like, not orange, but like a much more deeper brown than Dreaming Spectrum. For those of you who are wondering, like, well, what shader did you use for the example sets? It's gonna be Mercury Vex Chrome. That's gonna be the best one, just because it's the closest thing to it, and it's not even like people who are super nitpicky about colors will notice the difference, because unfortunately the bone color for the Steeplechase set is a little bit less saturated than the Mercury Vex Chrome. So it's like Dreaming Spectrum's on the lighter spectrum. I would say the Steeplechase bone for this one is in the middle, and then the Mercury Vex Chrome is on the other side of Dreaming Spectrum. So it's like there is really no, I haven't seen a shader that goes really well with the Steeplechase bone, but at the same time I didn't really try that hard because at the end of the day I don't really like this armor. I think the helmet's really cool. I think the chest piece is a cool idea, just implemented poorly. The boots are the most boring thing in the world. I'll be honest with y'all, really bad. Arms are in the same camp for me. Like the arms and boots, absolutely terrible. If they really wanted to wow me, they would have put more bone on the legs, legitimately more bones on the legs. Like maybe make the actual boots a little bit more pointy. Like honestly, like if you're gonna go for bones, just go deep in, like just go super deep, because the boots are, oh my god, the boots are so terrible. They're as bad as the boots from the Oryx raid because it's the same deal. They just have one bone on one side and that's it. They called it a day there. So that's kind of like my issue. The boots are really terrible. The arms, I just feel like creatively it's kind of boring, but the chest piece and helmet I think are super dope. I probably would have switched the helmet for a little bit. Well, to be fair, the helmet also has problems because from the front you take the glow whichever shader you're using, but then when you like turn it, you can see that it still has that red glow underneath. So it's like they put a glow over the glow, which is kind of stupid. The bond is also like the most boring thing in the world in my opinion. Again, if they really wanted to wow me, they probably would have put in something else in there, like maybe some hive hands or something along those lines, because just 3 bone pieces or like whatever how many they are, it's kind of boring in my opinion. So yeah, Warlocks, if you were to ask me, I would tell you can skip this one pretty comfortably just because it is pretty terrible. That being said, if you are a fan of Hive, it's a really good set. Just be aware that shadering it is a bitch. So if you were to ask me like which sets would you buy, I would say the Hunter and Titan are like pretty good safe choices just because there's a lot of pieces that you could use. That's not my other thing though, is like if you see potential in some of these pieces, definitely pick up the armor. It's really cool. I would just advise just be careful because I think the Steeplechase set is probably the not weakest. There's definitely worse ones out there, but it's one of the weakest sets just because as a whole it's cool, but I don't use armor sets as a whole like at all. Like back then maybe, but now it's like I see them as pieces to be utilized. So if you see like maybe the Hunter set, like, oh, like I like the cloak, but the arms, boots, chest piece, I'm not a fan of those like at all, then at that point you would have to ask however much money this is are you willing to pay that much money for one piece, the cloak? I would say no, but I also like other pieces of this set and I also review these armor sets, so it's more of a like an incentive for me to buy them. But for people who are like, I don't really want to kill $15 for a cloak, completely justified. I'm not going to judge you. I don't think people would, considering $15 for just an armor set in general is fucking wild. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I definitely think this armor is decent. Not the worst armor set in the game by far. I mean, we've had way worse season passes. But that also goes from a class-based thing. Like, I think this is the worst armor set that the Warlocks got. Actually, do I have a season pass tier list? I think I do. If I do, probably post it right now, or you can just search the video, my channel for it. Just put tier list and I think it'll come up. But yeah, this armor set is not the best in my opinion. It's pretty whack. Actually, I do have a tier list and I did them individually for classes. That's crazy. I forgot about that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I should have mentioned this in the beginning, and I'll probably just put this piece in the beginning so that way people know. But don't worry about me posting this video late. Bungie usually sells these in 2 weeks time. So this week was the first, next week will be, or this week will be the last. So you do have a week left to get this armor set. I'm most likely going to be posting this tomorrow on Tuesday, so that way you guys have a little bit more time, and so that way I give myself more time to do the class specific videos. By the time Friday rolls up, hopefully I'll have these done, so that way you guys can see what this armor can do in someone's hands, I guess. I don't know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do think I make some pretty cool sets sometimes. So yeah, tomorrow we'll most likely have the this video right here, and then the shader video right after. That's what I usually do, and then after that we'll do the Hunter, Titan, and then Warlock videos, so that way you guys are aware of what this armor can do. I will mention that I haven't picked up the Doki Doki set, nor have I picked up the not Stasis, the other one, Strand armor set. I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. I don't play this game that much for me to like actually want to pick that armor set up, nor do I really care to, because I don't think both armor sets are really that great. One of them has too many fucking too many bows for my taste. Not like, oh, it's girly, more like I just think it visually looks cluttery. And the strand one, unfortunately, whoever designed to have the strands there, it's a cool idea. It's just kind of terrible because now you really can't do much because the green strand just is there. If we could change the strand color, I think I wouldn't have a big issue with it, but it is there, which means it's a big problem for me. So I probably will still pick those up, but because we only have like 14 days left in this season, I will most likely have to do them next season, which is kind of unfortunate because I also don't really want to kill $90 fucking for just 2 armor sets for each class. So that's kind of like the other reason why I'm like hesitant, because it's a lot of money. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys, if you want me to make the Doki Doki set or the strand set. Let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely do it if I see people want me to do it. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all. Be safe. I'll see you guys later.